Your customer support team is on the front line of your business. They're talking every single day with your customers or your potential customers. And this is a goldmine of insight that you could be using to optimize your website. But my guess is that if you clicked on this video, you're not using it properly. And so my promise to you is that I'm going to help you go from maybe this is your current situation, you're running A/B tests, but they're producing flat results. Most of the ideas you're testing are coming from posts you saw on Twitter or LinkedIn, and you don't really know how to turn your own brand insights into winning A/B tests. And so what I'm going to help you do with this video is to create a system to automatically and predictably generate winning A/B test ideas so that you can get those type of test results more often. This is a test that I ran a few weeks ago, and I'm gonna show you exactly what I did in the part 3 of this video. But first, I want to share something personal about my father. This is not my father, by the way. It's just a random image I found online, but this is just to illustrate my point. This is basically what your customer probably looks like when it doesn't understand something on your website. So a couple of weeks ago, I went to visit my parents, and my father was trying to order some painting stuff on the website because he's a painter. And it was blocked at the last step of the website, which was checkout. The CMS was not Shopify, so it was slightly different. It was a multi-step checkout process, like Shopify used to have in the past. Some websites still have it, but now it's mostly one-page checkout. And so there was an error message saying, "We cannot ship to your address." And my father was confused and really irritated because he ordered many times from this company before, from this website. And so he couldn't understand why in the past he could order and now he cannot order anymore. And so I checked his phone and I found the solution in 2 seconds. I went back to the previous step and realized that he forgot to fill the region field in shipping on the shipping page. The thing is, the website let him go to the payment page without blocking and saying, like you forgot to fill the region field. And the second problem is that once you're in the checkout in the payment page, they just say we cannot ship to your address. And this is a big mistake because for you and I, it's very easy. It's very intuitive. We understand how it works. But for people like my father or maybe your father, it just didn't get it. It just blocked on we cannot ship to your address. And just changing that, so you could run an A/B test, but here I would just recommend to just update this error message. Just say something like, "Hey, you may have made a mistake writing your address, please double check," or maybe you forgot to fill a specific field or something like this, or just like blocking the page before to not send people to payment if they forgot to fill one of the fields. Anyway, I helped my father fix this, but he's not the type of person who would have contacted customer support, but many people are. And if this happens, they might send a message to the customer service and say, "Hey, I'm seeing this error message. I really want to order from your website. I've ordered in the past. I don't understand." And so your customer service is receiving this incredibly valuable feedback, because if there is one person facing this issue, there are probably many other people. And so this is why customer support is so important, because it is one of the rare places where customers explain their own words what confused them, what stopped them from buying, and what they expected but didn't find. Also, the good thing about qualitative data is that you don't need thousands of complaints. You just need a few pointing out to the same thing to generate really good potential winning A/B test ideas. Tickets that your customer service receive can fall into 2 big buckets. One is the people who bought from you, and the other one is the people who haven't yet bought from your brand. And the ones who already bought from you can get qualitative feedback by focusing on post-purchase surveys or with your email marketing campaigns. But the people who have not yet bought from you, that's where you want to focus on. And there are typically 8 big categories, which I've listed here. Questions about your product, questions about shipping and delivery, questions about your guarantees, returns, etc., etc. We are going to see this in an instant. But This is where you want to focus your attention, because what people are going to tell you in their own words, they're going to mention the friction points that they found, whether it's about the product, the shipping, the guarantees, the lack of trust they have in your brand, etc. Those are gold insights that you can turn into winning A/B test hypothesis. And so after saying this, I'm going to show you how to transform an insight you pull from those into a simple hypothesis, and then transform this simple hypothesis into a bunch of potential winning A/B test ideas with AI. So if you want, you can skip directly to the video, to this part, which is going to be probably the most interesting. But now I'm just going to review real quick the typical use cases that your customer service can have with people who have not yet bought from you. The first one, typical, is questions about the product from shoppers who are trying to answer if the product is right for them. Typical example of this will be, what size should I get if I'm in between sizes? What's the difference between option A and option B? Is there a certain ingredient in the formula? Like, for example, myself, I'm lactose intolerant. So when I go to a grocery shop and I want to buy biscuits, I have to check if there is lactose. So I'll have to check between two products. Those can be easy to do if you're like in an actual shop, but sometimes on the website it's difficult to understand and find the right information. Sometimes it's like really down on the page. Sometimes you have to look for the policy pages, etc., etc. So here it's often a signal that something is missing on the product page. Then we've got shipping and delivery. This is like probably the second biggest category, or for some brands the biggest one. Typical examples will be, how long does shipping takes to Canada? Do you even ship to Australia? Do you have express delivery option? This is important because it's going to give you so many information. You can use it in A/B testing. For example, if you have a lot of people asking about express delivery option, then with tools like IntelliGems, you can set up a shipping test and split test that express shipping options and see if that will work better. And also sometimes it's just about like mentioning on the website something that isn't visible for now. Like, for example, we ship worldwide, and this often goes together. For example, you can say like free shipping worldwide, 30-day return guarantee, or something like this can be like in your top bar. But yeah, all those types of questions are really good to generate simple hypotheses, simple A/B test hypothesis. Here it's basically, can I return it if it doesn't fit? Is return shipping free? Do you offer warranty? And something I want to say here is that you see all those categories. Next week I'm gonna publish a video on my channel, so make sure to subscribe to not miss it, where I'm gonna share with you my SOP, what I use internally with my clients to collect qualitative feedback from customer service. So they have like one document they have to fill every 2 weeks to let me know about how many tickets they got per category. Like maybe in the past 2 weeks they got 2 questions about products, they got 50 questions about shipping and delivery, and they got like 200 tickets about brand trust and credibility. So then I know exactly where to orient my work. Then I'm gonna be like, okay, I have to really focus on this. And then obviously you want to see what your clients are saying in their own words, and this is basically where you get your simple hypothesis. So again, we were there, pricing and promotions. Here shoppers are trying to get the best deal. Typical questions will be, do you have a discount code? Will this be on sale soon? Do you offer bundle pricing? And this is either if your offer is not visible enough or not well explained, or your value proposition isn't clear. Then we've got product availability. A very good example for this is Comfrt.com. You probably know who they are. What they do is that they have 2 CTA. One is add to cart and one is pre-order. And if you select the pre-order, I think you get like 10 or 15% off. So it's also a pretty good way to handle tickets, like for example, if a lot of people are saying like, when will the size M be back in stock for a certain hoodie from Comfort, then they will be like, okay, we are out of stock with this, but we can create pre-order, and so we can keep selling this product even though we don't have stock. So you can have like genius ideas coming from those tickets. Brand trust and credibility. Typical question will be, where are your products made? Are they genuine? Do you have customer reviews? Things like that. You can use trust badges. You can use authority, like for example here AG1 showing Andrew Huberman, Laura Philippe, Hugh Jackman. Product recommendations, kind of like a product question, where it's more like people were on the fence between two products and they need clarifications to understand exactly which one would be more appropriate to them. But it kind of goes with the first one. And then technical and website issues, those don't even split test it. It depends, but most of the time just fix it. Just like the story with my dad, it's like, if you see something that will repel a lot of potential clients, and you can find like an easy fix, just tweak it. Don't even A/B test it. Okay, now how do we transform insight into a simple hypothesis? I'm going to give you this example. That is a real example. That's something that happened to me, and actually the test I'm going to show you right after came from this. So the insight I got from my from the brand's customer service team. In the past 30 days, 18 shoppers asked support about the difference between variant X and variant Y. So my simple hypothesis was, if we clarify the difference between the two variants with a short description above the variant selection, then normally that should lower friction and more people should buy. Step 2 is we're going to use the Advanced Kit hypothesis framework from Craig Sullivan. You can find this on Medium, and it's basically refining your hypothesis because we saw qualitative and quantitative data. We expect that blah blah extra. You have it here. What I do is I integrate this kit into a prompt that I've got here, which I'm going to share with you. The link of the Figma presentation will be in the bio, and so here is basically asking the AI to use the advanced kit to refine the hypothesis that we already have, which you should input here. You should input the insight. You should input the weekly sessions you have on the page, and also the weekly orders attributed to that page, so that the AI can calculate for you the MD. And then I set a few parameters because we're not in science and we're not making vaccines. I usually put a confidence level of 80% minimum and 2 business cycles minimum. So once you've given all of that and filled with the information, this is what AI will generate. I forgot to say, step 1 is build the hypothesis, and then I ask step 2, create close variations, 3 variations, but you can ask 5, 10, whatever, of the solution that are close to the original idea, same intent, slightly different execution. For each, give it a name, describe the change in 1 sentence, and explain why it might outperform the original. And then do the same, but with more creative alternatives. And so when I did this, first, it calculated with the number of sessions and the number of orders that we have per week. So the MD with 80% confidence level and 2 weeks is 5.8%. And then I checked all the alternatives A/B test ideas. And the next step you can do is ask the AI to prioritize those ideas using the PIA framework. I don't use this for all my test ideas, but when the AI is giving you many ideas like this, I like to use this simpler framework to actually rank all the ideas that it gave you, because some of them will be creative but will require a lot of development, and so in terms of ease it's going to be more complicated, and so the number is going to be down. So this is quite good to rank the ideas that the AI is generating, and for me the one that stood out was this one. Inline tooltip on hover, replace the static description with a small tooltip icon next to a variant label that reveals a one-line explanation on hover or tap. And then there is the reason why that may outperform. And I like that idea because it's really minimalist, and also it takes less space above the fold. So I went for this one with a brand that I work with, and I'm gonna show you now the results. So this was the situation. In the past 30 days prior to the test, we had 18 people asking what is the difference between the two variants. There are slight differences for this product between the two variants. Here I put different colors, but for the product in question, it's the same color, but the product is slightly different. And so I incorporated this tooltip right here where people can click on it. And then it just opens up a pop-up where we have a short explanation on the variant X and the variant Y. So like very, very simple, very minimalist. As you can see, we haven't even lost space in the above the fold section. The hypothesis from the AI is now this, using the advanced framework from Craig Sullivan. Because 18 shoppers asked support about the difference between variant X and Y in the last 30 days, we believe clarifying the difference with a simple tooltip next to variant selection will reduce confusion and increase conversions. Based on current product page bandwidth and our target MD, we expect to detect at least a 5% increase in conversion rate over the 2 business cycles. Should have been 5.8%. And I ran the test for 2 weeks, so that was back in end of January and until beginning of February. And as you can see here, after 2 weeks of test, we've reached the MD 6.12 increase in conversion rate, a small increase in add to cart rate, and a pretty stable average order value. So according to Bayesian intelligent data, we have 96.5% probability to be best in terms of stat sig. But I run the data and we are at 80% confidence level that this is a winning test. So yeah, this was just to prove that this works. Like I said earlier in the video, in 1 week, I'm going to publish another video that explains you how to collect on autopilot the insights from your customer service team so that you just hand them over the SOP, and then every week, every 2 weeks, you will get the data from your customer service. You can plug this into your AI, create your own prompt and ask to generate simple ideas, and then you can check those, run again the prompt like we did earlier in the video, and then that's basically how you can get really good winning A/B test ideas. Hope you liked it. If that's the case, please put the likes up and subscribe to the channels. Cheers.